which will be Omega Jules versus PBE AK.
It's a run back. It's the winners finals once again. We're rewinding the clock, but this time around, Jules has 2 life bars. He is twice to beat with AK coming in from the losers bracket, but now he probably has the game plan because Jules made good work of AK earlier on with that Marduk play against that Shaheen. So right now, AK has a game plan, but also Jules has been watching closely. But I'm not sure what he could have picked up there because Titan Thor plays a lot differently compared to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen this match before here in the winners quarters. We've seen AK versus no, rather we, we've seen with the winners final. It was Jules versus AK, and we're gonna see that one back once again. Such a classic matchup, and Jules is probably gonna stick with the Marduk pick and AK with the Shaheen. Although I can't get it out of my head the fact that AK might pick somebody else like Geese.
It's still an option for AK. He's been playing Shaheen the entire time, so a lot of people would be thinking that he's trying to make a statement. He's trying to bring back the glory of the Shaheen in his hands, but it could be something. It could be a trap all along, just like how he lures his opponents into his hotkicks and his DF2s, and and with that, he managed to take out Dolan as well. So let's take a look at where we are right now in the bracket, how everything has gone so far.
This has been the journey to grand finals for both Jules and AK. AK taking it against Maru in his first match here in top 8, sending to the losers bracket, and then running into Jules in the winners final, in which Jules did come out on top there and sending AK this time to the losers final. However, the main highlight here truly is Dolan 12345, also known as Titan Thor. He's been through so much in this tournament. He's just now been eliminated, but man oh man, was that a performance.
It certainly was. Look at that, taking out Geno 4, then Maru, then Dojin, but then again, the unstoppable AK still continues to just shut down Dolan, and now will be going to the grand finals, hoping to bring back the win against Jules. Man,
that is right. And now here we are, the moment of truth, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and Leroy mains. The grand finals between Jules and AK, a classic match, and I can't wait to get into our game 1. There could be a reset, maybe there won't be. Who knows? Anything can happen in this set.
Now, thank you once again for those who are tuning in, because Tatakai Pilipinas Tekken Online Challenge Dojo event for the Philippines. These two are once again, just to remind everyone, playing for tournament points here for Tekken Online Challenge points. So whoever wins this will be getting the 100 points to their name, and the second place will be getting 70 points. So it's still pretty sizable. And of course, they're also playing for those cool shirts that they could have a choice on for later. So that is, man, we've gone a long way, kid. Like, it's been 3 days of Tekken action so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And ever since day 1, which wasn't broadcasted, mind you, I've been keeping a close eye. I've been keeping a close look in the brackets just to see what's been happening. I have a couple of friends who joined this tournament, and they did go far, just like Chongy Bears, Kabaddi from Chainsaw Man, and even Neri. And I'm really proud of what they've been through here in Tatakai Pilipinas. And it's just so enjoyable to me just to watch those brackets progress and see who won, see who lost, see who got eliminated. It's a sort of addictive feeling.
Yeah, and especially now, right, that it's not just the usual names. We've been getting more and more new names, especially from outside Metro Manila. So shout outs to those players who are playing from down south. So shout outs to you guys, and they also made it really far. But not just that, new generations of players coming in, like Gene 04 for example, actually making it all the way to the top 8. So shout outs to everyone who is starting the game and just making great strides at learning it and showing to us what exactly they can do.
And just like the Riot TV on the chat, on Twitch chat right now, grand finals of Tatakai Pilipinas coming up next, and here we are to witness it. once again, Omega Jules versus PBE AK, and Jules starting things off with the Heihachi.
Yeah, there it is. This is the character, right? The character that actually took out AK with that wind god fist at the end. So there's obviously something that goes right with this character, and Jules is recognizing that and now wants to duplicate that success. So let's go. Round number 1. Who is gonna take this first match?
That's right. Here we go. Again, AK is in the loser's bracket, so if he wants to win this tournament, he has to reset against Jules, which is not an easy feat. Here we go. The poke game still in favor of AK, though. Jules is so screamed to the wall, but the pressure is on the side of Jules.
Yeah, playing like a true Mishima main. 3 electrics in a row. Just hoping that it's going to connect. Because why not? But AK, huge advantage and just walks right through it in the first round. AK on the board with 1 round.
Can you blame him though? Electric's like +5, man. Holy hell.
Yeah,
Jules,
actually.
yeah, Jules with the abuse. He really knows what moves to abuse against people like AK. Right now though, the pokes coming in. Jules again with a perfect punish.
Quick Iron Fist, one of the signature moves of Heihachi for punishment, and also serious chunk of damage, but AK does still have the advantage so far. Jules not quite in rage, but AK looking to put him there, or maybe seal the deal with a hop kick or a DF2. Once again, trying to bait out Jules here.
Oh, there it is. The down forward 1 series gets the re-wall splat. Jules goes for the Oki combo. AK attempts that throw and gets the punish in the block. Beautiful stuff from AK. And he closes it out with a Rage Art just to let him know.
Absolutely stunning finish there. 2 straight rounds. The momentum is in his favor and he's feeling himself. He said, I should not have fallen for this kind of stuff earlier on with this Heihachi against Jules. So this time I'm going to show him that I can take it apart, and it is showing in his gameplay.
Jules up against the wall though. AK realigning. He wants him there. The pressure is on. And now there it is. The OTGF, the first one that we've seen in this top 8. AK backdashing away. The shades of that Titan Thor match wants Jules to approach him.
Jules is being very careful and selective though on his approach. That forward 2 once again trying to put it to good use as an approach tool, because of course no punishment for Shaheen. But here it is again. Jules gets a slight advantage here. AK is in the corner. Can he make it out? Hell Axel comes in. The axe kick trying to keep him caged in that corner. Trying to seize a little bit of advantage here. Almost equal, but that DF2 keeps him out. And AK takes the first game 3-0. That is not a good look for Jules's Heihachi.
Such a simple and concrete game plan from AK, where he just makes Jules approach him because he knows that Jules's area of expertise is defense. So if he does the opposite, then AK knows he will lose on those terms, right? AK though, he gave Jules a taste of his own medicine. That's what I can say right there.
Yeah, the slightly more passive attack on this match against Jules, it definitely worked in favor of AK. It's almost like he learned a thing or two from the match earlier against Delan. Back away for now. Back away. I don't need to chase for the advantage, chase for the win. I'm gonna let him come to me, and then I'll take advantage of what he wants to do in that situation. But even then, Jules was still pretty careful, actually, especially when it comes to the range management. He obviously knows how to use this character and how not to whiff as much as possible, but AK just completely outplayed him there.
It sounds like such a simple game, right? Simple yet concrete, but it's so hard to execute when you're playing at a top level, a high level, just like this. Especially when you're at the same level as AK and Jules. But Jules switches to Bob, and here we are again at the Island Paradise.
We keep going back here. There's something suspicious about this game. Like trying to show us Island Paradise all the time, and then I think it's a plan. It's a plan because it's a DLC stage. There's something fishy going on there.
And speaking of fishy, I don't think we've ever seen a balcony break. All the times that we've had the Island Paradise. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Yeah, I think we haven't. There's a shadow of a memory of it happening once, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be my mind playing tricks on me. But anyways, let's see if we can see it this time around, because Jules trying to go for those hard knockdowns early in this match.
Let's see now. AK again showing us the movement that he also perfected, and still trying to poke it out. And Jules tries to catch him with a down back too, but no, nothing just yet. AK playing super defensively right now.
Good punish on that bad snipe. Trying to go for the homing as well, trying to track AK's movement here because AK, it's the movement that's actually getting him the advantages here. Jules has to be careful that he doesn't just whiff his moves, so he needs to seal down AK. Good punish on the Giga Jacker, and that Hell Sweep might help out Jules, however, but that's still a huge mountain to climb. A Steel Pedal comes in, the Rage Drive into the mix-up. Oh, he steals it with the Rage Drive. Oh man, Jules walks away with the first round.
AK might have just forgotten about that option. Jules had access to Rage there, and Jules had all the time in the world to catch up. Very good decision making from Jules, and here we are, the balcony break, and AK has the life lead.
Yeah, he heard your request. He said, you want to see the beach? You want sand in our shoes? That's fine. Let's take it downstairs. But Jules gets the knockdown, evens out the life lead with half a minute left on the clock.
Now, this is the most defensive. This is the most defensive AK I've ever seen in my entire casting career. This is such a different AK that I've seen so far, and Jules is struggling to find an opening also and get that life lead back. But you can see also that Jules isn't desperate for it. He only knows when to go in when he needs to.
Yeah, he's weighing the risks and the stuff that he needs to do. Here, speaking of risk, that's the biggest one that he's made so far. And that is also pretty much guaranteed because you don't want to follow up afterwards. Patience from Jules hits the Rage Art and takes the second round, trying to return the favor, wants the 3 straight rounds as well.
Yeah, and that was a justified Rage Art attempt from AK, because in that situation, Jules might have wanted to try to close the round out immediately, but no, he's patient as ever. And now Jules in big trouble. Sidestep 1+2 has access to Rage while standing 3-3. Will block on the low, but denied yet again. AK takes it back.
No 3-0 for Jules this time around, but he still has a chance to even out the match here because AK, you don't want to give him the reset. That's not what Jules wants because, oh man, it's going to be a long set if that does happen. Jules is getting shredded, however, with this quick low pokes from AK.
Counters the tackle and gets a few punches in from AK, but still he has the life lead. Jules, again, trying to approach him, but very wary and careful about the hop kicks, the Altair that AK might pull out. But as soon as I mentioned it, the low parry here.
Oh man, AK not wanting to just give up this match that easily. Down back 3 comes in, trying to go for what Lowe's Bob does have, and the crotch dash 1 as well, but Jules being locked down. Oh, tries to go for a very daring crotch dash 2. And that is just not going to work on AK, the Spiral Rocky, but Jules, however, wants to finish this.
Yeah, the reason why he was doing that was because AK has been whipping jabs over and over again, hoping he could catch him in the middle of an animation of that. But unfortunately, the recovery was a bit too fast, and now Jules is in big trouble. He pays really hard for it right now, but he does have a combo in.
Back 3 onto the floor. AK trying to fight his way out of this wall situation, but Jules maneuvering in such a way that he keeps AK there. An orbital tries to come in. Good throw break from AK this time around, and Jules once again being very patient.
It looks like AK still has the life lead here. He really wants Jules to make a mistake, not throwing out any single thing as much as possible. And there it is, the CD1, and Jules should be able to close it out. And there it is, the steel pedal. Jules on the board, 1-1.
Yeah, this is what we're here for, basically, in Tatakai, Pilipinas. It's this close match between Jules and AK, wins on both sides of the table. And I like how it ended as well. That crouch dash 1 Bless Harada gave us the natural hit launcher again. Indeed, not a counter hit launcher anymore, but yes, definitely a signature tool for Bob, and a good idea from Jules, and a fantastic way of making it work in that last part of the match.
Yeah, and the way that AK is playing also right now is such a suffocating playstyle for his opponent, because it makes you think of every possible option, and you tend to overload yourself with information like that. Luckily for Jules, however, he's so used to this playstyle because this is his playstyle after all. He is the iron wall of defense.
Yeah, so he knows. He's aware of the mental state, right? And he knows the possible weakness that it might have. Now, I'm a bit worried because AK might have caught onto it as well. Right? This whole experience is them trading information with each other and currently growing in the process. And that is just the scary thing about them, that with each battle, they learn so much and they use that information to tear each other apart. But now this is it for game. This is game number 3. AK brings it back to Howard Estate. Let's see if Jules can deal with the wall situation in this match.
Let's see if Jules can use it for himself instead of AK. Right now, though, Jules still has the upper hand in terms of turning and standing because he is in the winner's bracket. AK is gonna have to reset this if he wants to win this tournament. Just as I mentioned, it's flustered right now, and AK follows up with a down 4-2 combo.
Oh, this is what he's looking for. Rising 3-3, catches the first balcony break. A spring kick from Jules, daring choice there, but it does work in his favor. Tries to go for the crouch dash 3 series. AK backing away, huge advantage for him. So nothing too risky. Not a lot of pressure for AK.
Still go one hit away. One mistake from Jules could cost him the entire round. And now AK try not to get up as much as he can. Spends that rage drive. What's the mix-up going to be? Goes to the mid option, and AK still has the life lead. No, he does not anymore. But the trade still goes in favor. That's not even a trade. Jules a frame earlier than AK, and he takes round 1.
That's an Omega comeback when I see it. But now AK with the hop kick is not happy about what happened there and wants to get an early lead once again. Puts Jules in the corner, now putting some pressure, but that sidestep blow hits with our Jules.
And gotta be careful though. Jules is up against that breakable wall. If he makes a single mistake, AK could capitalize on that. And now though, different orientations, different side switches right now, and AK is the one up against that breakable wall.
It's such a scary thing when you see the breakable wall right behind another player, because it might happen at some point in time. But now AK once again with the advantage, but Jules can still make that comeback. He has that clutch factor. Down 3 comes in. AK slowly but surely trying to shave away. There's that hell sweep coming in. Another series of lows. The plus frames comes in, and the range drive as well goes for the low this time around, but the wall screws up the combo. The F1 and a low poke for the final second of the match to even out the rounds.
Always down the wire. These two do not waste a single second here in this set. Amazing gameplay that they're showing us right now. Jules again getting poked out. AK whips down 4. Poke game strong for both.
Get punished with a spinach uppercut here. They're both playing at the top of their capabilities right now, but I'm scared to see who runs out of fuel first. But so far, they're both going strong. Omega Jules with a slight advantage. Half a minute left on the clock. AK is in the red. Throw break on his end. Tries to go for the bat snipe for the high crush, but not this time around. Forward 2 does not pull the trigger as well. Fast-paced gameplay. 20 seconds left on the clock, and these two are being very careful of the last few seconds. Down 3. And a full crouch jab, but a return from AK to seize that round once again. These two are not stopping.
Again, this is peak Tekken gameplay if I've ever seen one. And notice how Jules isn't really abusing the couch dash 1 because he's at constant threat of the Shaheen down 3, which crushes highs. So again, Jules with the decision making, but that's one less move that he's able to use.
Oh no, that's true. It definitely seals off that move as well. So he has to resort to other tools that Bob does have. He throws it out once in a while, but he's still being very selective about where he sends it. Forward 2 with the zip cutter wants that wall break. No whip punish from Jules here. AK with the DF1s, just smothering Jules with some mid checks to take yet another game here.
Yeah, so both players so calm, so collected, no shenanigans, just pure Tekken, pure mastery of fundamentals, and it just boils down to who plays worse than either of these guys, because they're at the top of their game. There's no, they're playing at their best right now. It's just gonna boil down to who's gonna break.
Yeah. You can see it. They're changing bit by bit every time they're noticing things. Like as you mentioned, Kid, there's that crouch dash 1 it's being a bit more scarce this time because of the down three that could be coming out. And then we're seeing occasionally as well going for the lows, especially with a rage drive on Bob. Jules daring to go for the low because he knows that AK, he's not going to be blocking low anyways. He does not want to. And it's actually a good position for AK as well because the combo wouldn't have continued anyways. So these two just continuously having to think about what the other guy might be thinking. It's a testament to the level of skill that they're showing in the grand finals of this tournament.
Yeah, and reminding everyone that the AK is on the loser side, so he's gonna have to win one more. He's gonna have to reset the bracket and then win another 3 games just to win this entire tournament. Jules not opting to go for a character select here. Gonna stick with the Bob. We still haven't seen the Jin, mind you.
The Jin, man, he went away from the Jin as soon as he stepped into the top 4, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's just sticking with the Bob as well. So let's see if maybe Jules is saving it for later in case that there is a reset. For now, he's trying to make this Bob work.
AK with the back one, not forcing Jules to do anything, but still poke game strong for both guys. AK gets the poke in, runs away. That's the game plan for him.
Cutter at tip range as well. You know, Jules trying to chase down the running away
Wow.
AK, but oh my goodness, keeping an eye on those suspicious strings that you really don't see a lot of from Bob, and AK is awake.
Oh, that's a Jules could have gotten out of that, but he got the reset on the wall standing 33. That is unfortunate for Jules. He could have taken less damage off of that, but he paid the price for it.
Not that AK walking away with that victory is already a huge help for him. Down 3 coming in. Jules once again trying to go for that crouch dash 1, but selecting the zip cutter, finally starting to land against AK.
And it pushes him towards that wall. Also, you saw him. He tried to sidestep, but Bob is such a big character that it limits his movement.
Yeah, I feel that. I've had too many times where my sides just simply won't work. But Jules recognizes that, knows this character, and now trying to find and be very careful, trying to find a way through the gaps of AK's defense, because AK right now, once again, is turtling in his shell.
Wow! And as soon as you mentioned the turtling, the turtle is out of the shell, but AK drops the combo though. He still has a chance. Low parry by Jules. If he does the right combo, he could be dead. Rage drive combo. 2 seconds left. Guess the mix up. Goes for the mid, and both players get the round.
Oh my goodness. When do you see that, man? That was a massive comeback from Jules, but unfortunately not quite able to take the game for himself. Gives AK a round for him as well, but Jules, this early combo, he wants to keep the momentum going because he knows that comeback was immaculate.
That is true, and now we're at the breakable balcony, and AK is in big trouble. Goes for the low. He was looking for the low parry, but the timing was different for Jules, and now Jules looking to close this game 4 out.
Yeah, classic Bob there. Down back fade to jab down 4. We've seen that before, but it worked on AK. Now AK, however, has to think twice. Got hit by a hell sweep earlier on, so now guarding a little bit more of his legs.
Oh, finally gets the block onto that slide. He's gonna get this balcony break. No, he chooses not to. Goes for the Oki combo. AK, lower than half health, attempting down 3. Jules tries to stop him. There it is, perfect punish. AK is in big trouble. Jules has to play more patient this time.
1-4 coming in. AK going for the low. Jules slight advantage. 20 seconds left. AK with the rage. The rage drive could be coming out. Jules seems to be waiting for it. Being very careful so far. Throw break. Jules is awake. He has the energy. He has the mindset to take this game and trying to run the clock. 6 seconds left. The lows are coming in. The rage drive is spent. Where is he gonna go? Goes for the mid this time. A 1 down for to steal it away. And AK runs out of time. 3-2, and Jules ties things up in the grand finals. Man!
Always at the top of their game. They're so good, dude. They are so good at Tekken.
That's why they're here. These are the best players in Tekken at the moment here, and they're showing us what they're made of, what they can do, and what players should aspire to be if they want to be standing on the same stage.
Oh, You know, in the last few moments of that round, I actually would have thought AK was gonna go for mid. You can clearly tell that I would have died.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here, and they're there basically. And
Oh, they're so good at Tekken 7. I don't understand why.
even the rage drive at the end for Bob, I would have gone low, and I would have died as well.
Again, you know, decision making at the heat of the moment, and they still maintain their composure. I'm pretty sure both Jules and AK are shaking right now. But I just want to remind everybody, Jules is at set point. AK is at reset point.
Dude, they both want this match, and oh man, AK has the chance to bring it back because he's going home to Howard Estate, where he's most comfortable in. And Jules right now, he has to play in such a disadvantage.
I can't wipe this smile off of my face. It's just really good Tekken right now. I feel so spoiled. Here we go, grand finals at the Howard Estate. Jules gets that whip punish in from AK.
There it is. Looks like he's still on the previous match high after what he was able to pull through. Oh, manages to get away actually, and look at that. Interesting sequence of events there leading to a beautiful whip punish from Jules.
And AK put outside of rage by Jules. This is what he wants right now. No extra damage from AK. And Jules is capitalizing on the life lead that he has.
He doesn't have to risk that much. Going for the plus rate here. The zip cutter once again, actually. DF1 this time around. AK gonna be able to get a decent combo here, but not gonna be enough to catch up just yet.
But it is a lot of damage regardless. While standing 3-3, Jules was looking for the block on that slide, and the mid check takes it.
One round for AK. One round. Two more rounds for him. And meanwhile, Jules is still going strong. You can see that he's still very energetic with this pop. Ravenous comes out, trying to push AK to the wall situation here, but still being very careful.
Both of them have been in this situation before, and they're not going to stop now. Jules lower than half health. Zip cutter connects onto AK. Steel pedal. That's hella minus. AK had the right idea in.
Just making sure that he seizes the opportunity whenever he has a window there. Jules gets a small whiff punish on the hop kick with a long range back two. The trade comes in. Jules burns the rage right immediately. What's he go for? Tries to go for a wall splat, but AK blocking mid.
What a duck into the side switch by AK. Very good decision making at the heat of the moment once again. AK so fast on the inputs.
He is, and it's showing, and it's gonna be working for him if he manages to get this reset. But Jules, he still has the heart. He's not broken just yet. The iron wall stands strong and is now rampaging towards AK because he wants to finish things right now. Huge advantage for Jules.
And he's feeling like he's on fire right now. Jules, even though he's up against the wall, he wants to continue the aggression that he has. AK struggling to get that life lead back, but the pokes are coming in and it's gonna add up for Jules. Eventually, he's gonna block the low, but AK's in big trouble. One more hit, the low, and Jules is on the board. The dream is still alive.
Those are the combos that you really need. You need to learn just in case that they do happen, because it's not every day that you get to use that. But still, the knowledge that Jules has on this character, it shows. And now look at this. He puts AK once again right next to the wall, but AK manages to wiggle out.
And AK so not low in health, but Jules does have the life lead here. Down forward two, counter hit, follows up with a combo. Are we gonna see a wall here? Side wall will save his life. AK so low in health. Jules down one more option. Is it a mid? Is it a low? He blocks the low. One more hit from Jules, and he can keep the dream alive here, and he goes for the string. Jules is one run away from taking Tatakai, Pilipinas.
Let's see if he can make it happen. AK, however, right now is on the defensive. Jules, once again, going forward, being very fearless in this matchup. The wave is coming in. It's shades of Heihachi, but now on Bob. But AK with a get up 3 will be able to deal some serious damage this time.
And AK looks like he does have the momentum in the first few seconds of this round right now. Jules, he does not want this. He does not want AK to reset this. He needs to go big or go home. Jules, crouch dash one again, the down 3 threat of the crush.
he has to be a bit more careful than that. The DF2 comes in, but it knocks AK out of the air instead. Back 3, not getting hit on the floor. Equal life, 15 seconds left. And on Fox life, is this going to be enough? A crouch dash, one down, 3. It's this! It's too far! 10 seconds left on the clock. Is this going to be enough for AK? It whiffs again!
And Jules comes back, drop after drop, and Jules comes back and he takes the entire tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we have your champion, and it is Omega Jules.
Oh my god, that sequence of events. We've had so many of those here in Tatakai Pilipinas. Players not quite getting what they want for their combos. They're dropping left and right, but those are perfectly understandable as well because of the off-axis situations. It's just that at the end of the day, it's Jules' time in the spotlight. He manages the recovery, he gets the win, and now he stands at the top of this tournament. So congratulations to him, smart Omegas. Jules Lozano. Man,
what a grand finals we just had right here. From one tournament winning combo to a potential reset combo from AK, but he drops it as well. And Jules takes it back in the end. What a tournament, what a story to tell for Jules from years and years to come. Jules, congratulations. I know you're celebrating with Pika right now. My goodness, boy, you deserve it.
he definitely does. But of course, once again, let's give a shout out to PBE AK for showing us an amazing tournament run as well. Bringing the fight to Jules, it was super close down to the final round of that reset point from AK. So he still gave us one hell of a show. So let's take a look once again at how it all turned out after 3 days of Tatakai Pilipinas action.
All right, and Jules was not dropping a single set in this entire tournament, ladies and gentlemen, showing truly how strong he is, taking that throne, taking that championship, and against AK at that.
Yeah. He earned it. He worked super hard for this win, right? And going all the way, even AK as well. He went all the way to the grand finals, and it's only Jules that actually took him down. So props to him as well. In the loser semis as well, Dojin falling down to Dolan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've had a plethora of amazing talent here in this tournament, but still at the top once again, Omega Jules. Give him a round of applause, give him some shout outs and all the love, because he takes home the 100 points and is the Tatakai Pilipinas champion.
And just as he says, GG's, sweaty matches, Jeebus. That's right, Jules. That's right. And man, oh man, do we also have to give props to the rest of the people here in our top 8. We have Dojin, we have Maru, we have AK, Dolan or Titan Thor, Gene 04, Gold Standard, Hapon. Guys, thank you so much for giving us quite a tournament, quite a show. And thank you so much to Gariah Concepts for giving us the opportunity to cast the wonderful matches that we have just now.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much, as well as, of course, everyone who is tuned in and giving their support for this tournament. You know, if you are a fan of Tekken and you just saw this, I'm sure you're super inspired right now to actually play the game. So go on, get into the lab so you can chase down Omega Jules, because who knows, maybe next time you're going to be the one on that stage.
And we are going to say here our final congratulations once again to Jules and AK for that wonderful, wonderful set. People are going to be watching. People are going to be re-watching that set for years to come. I guarantee it. But for now, we're going to have to wrap it up. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and tuning in. Once again, I am Kid. With me is Poro. This has been Tatakai Pilipinas, and we will be signing off.